the girl discovered something horrifying. A cat had fallen into a water tank and was desperately struggling to stay afloat. She didn't say a word until the cat had drowned, only then did she call her father. He pulled the lifeless animal from the water, while Emma stood by with a sad expression on her face. But deep down, she was quietly thrilled. Emma was what people called a born bad seed, yet to the outside world, she was a brave and kind little girl. Her classmates, teachers, and even other parents all thought she was a model child. The school had named her outstanding student year after year, always awarding her medals. But this year, the medal went to Milo. Emma invited Milo to play hide and seek. She led him deep into the woods. Standing silently, she watched him without blinking. Later, Milo was found at the bottom of a cliff. Emma pretended to be terrified and ran into Mark's arms for comfort. Back home, she seemed oddly cheerful. Mark was shocked by her reaction and thought she might just need more care and attention. He hired a live-in nanny named Kate to help out. But Kate had her own agenda. She wanted to become the lady of the house. She even hid the medication Mark took for anxiety and insomnia. Emma used this as leverage to blackmail her. At Milo's funeral, Emma watched everyone grieving. That's when it hit her, she wasn't like the others. She forced herself to cry, faking sadness convincingly. Mark started noticing Emma's strange behavior. Her teacher grew suspicious too and came by the house, hoping Emma would help with the investigation. Instead, Emma shattered a glass bottle and threw herself onto the broken shards. Kate saw through the act but didn't say anything. Later, she warned Emma, if she kept this up, she'd be sent to a juvenile facility for disturbed children. Emma believed her, and she never forgot the threat. She began to resent the teacher. One day, she placed a wasp nest on the back seat of the teacher's car. While driving, the teacher was swarmed and died on the spot. Kate taunted Emma about it. That night, Emma tricked her into going into Mark's workshop. Then she locked the door and set the room on fire, watching coldly from outside the window as Kate burned alive. Mark came running, panicked. Emma, calm and collected, comforted him instead. But when he looked into her eyes, all he saw was excitement. That night, Mark confronted her. Had she killed those people? Emma admitted it. Mark was terrified. He did some research online and suspected she had antisocial personality disorder. Still, he couldn't bring himself to see his daughter as a cold-blooded killer. Hoping to help her, Mark took Emma to a cabin by the lake. But there, he came to a heartbreaking realization: Emma wouldn't even spare him. Not wanting her to spend the rest of her life in prison or a mental facility, Mark decided to end her life painlessly. He crushed sleeping pills into powder and mixed them into a glass of milk. But Emma switched the glasses. Later that night, Emma pulled out a gun. She planned to stage it as Mark's suicide. Just as she prepared to act, Mark regained consciousness. Emma grabbed his phone, dialed 911, then screamed and ran. She had it all figured out. Neighbors would hear the commotion and come to her rescue. She locked herself in the bathroom, waiting for her father to come. When he did, she stayed silent to push him over the edge. Mark, overwhelmed, broke down the door. Emma curled up, sobbing in fear. Mark raised the gun, but a neighbor burst in and shot him before he could pull the trigger. Everyone believed Emma was the victim. She was placed under the guardianship of her aunt, her only remaining family. The aunt believed Mark had lost his mind. After all, who would ever suspect a fragile little girl who just lost both her parents? Her innocence was her greatest disguise.